Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to explain you about the essentials of keyframes and the graphic data, why it's so important in After Effects, to make an effective animations. Okay, so let us start the video. So I'll just create a new composition with the 1920 by 1080 with the 30 frames per second, or you can take the standard one, which is 24. I'll keep it around 10 seconds. That's enough for me. 10-second duration, and this is my settings, and just click on OK. So we have created the composition. Now I'll just take one simple shape, which is of the rectangle tool with fill inside on it. Okay, I don't want the stroke, I'll just keep it fill. So I'll just create one simple rectangle here. Done. So once I create the rectangle, I got the new layer called shape layer, right? So if you want, you can rename it by pressing enter button. I'll just type rect 1, that is a rectangle 1. Okay, so once you click here, you can see something here, like this is the our rectangle shape, right? So now I want to animate this rectangle from here to here, that is left to right. Okay, so for that we have to animate the position. So what you can do, you can go inside of this, go to transform, you can see the transform values, so sorry, you can see the transform properties, right? That is anchor point, position, scale, rotation, opacity, all those things. So there's a position, so using position only we can work the movement of the any shapes or anything. So for that you can also go here like this, or else you can, if you press just P, only the position it will appear on your screen. Okay, or else if you press R, only for only rotation. In the same way, if you press T, that is only opacity, and S for scale. Okay, so as I want to do the position animation, I'll press P, right? So I'm at the beginning of the frame, I'll click on position stopwatch. When you click the stopwatch, you will get a keyframe over here, right? You can see clearly over here. So I can zoom in the the timeline, so you can see the keyframe, and the stopwatch turns into blue color. That means when it turns into the blue color, that means keyframe is on. Okay, so now I'll just click this and I'll change the position of this. As I'm moving in the beginning of the frame, where the first keyframe, okay, there'll be no animation because I changed the value in the first keyframe itself. Okay, now I'll go few frames forward, like around 1 second. Now I'll select the shape, then I'll move it. If you want the in straight line, hold shift button, it will go in a straight line. Then leave the mouse button. So now let us play this video. So there's a simple quick animation, right? There's a simple quick animation, that is the rectangle shape is moving from the left to right. See, that's very nice, right? Okay, now if I select this, you can see a line, over here, that is the path where the animation is happening. Okay, so right now if you select the shape, you can see something, a point over here, right? That is an anchor point, or you can call it as pivot point. If you want to change this, or if you want to bring it to the center of the shape, you have to do it in the beginning itself. What I'll do means, I'll just turn off the keyframe by again clicking on the stopwatch. Now I'll select this, I'll press Ctrl Alt Home button in your keyboard, so it will directly bring the keyframe anchor point to the center of the shape. Okay, now I'll just do the animation. Create one keyframe over here, then come few seconds forward and just move this. Now the animation is happening for the shape is from the middle of the this anchor point. Nice, right? The animation is looks good. So this is how you create a keyframe and when you can do the animation, right? So now what I'll do, now I'll go few second forward, little more few second forward. Now you can also copy paste the keyframes. Select this keyframe, press Ctrl C or Command C in your keyboard, then just Ctrl V or Command V. Okay, where this CTI, that is current time indicator, where it places, there the keyframe is placed. That is, the value of this keyframe, that is the position value of this keyframe, has been pasted over here, so that this shape was over here because of this keyframe. Once I placed this keyframe, okay, this value will be placed here, and the shape also, or the rectangle also, come back to this place because the values, okay, because of these values, right? So now we have the both returning animation. So no need to do the return animation. Once it goes again, you have to pull it back. You can just copy paste this keyframes, right? So now you can see there's a quite nice animation, right? Now I'll select all these keyframes. Now I'll press F9 or right click keyframe assistant, easy ease. Okay, in the next video I'll explain you what is the difference between easy ease in, easy ease out. Okay, I'll just press easy ease, that is F9 shortcut. So the keyframe, the icon will get changes to like this. So if what this means, there will be slight smooth animation between the different this keyframes. So the difference is, I'll just hold Control and click on the keyframe, it will turn back to the normal keyframes. So I'll just duplicate this, Control D, okay, press U to get all the keyframes. Just select this, come back to any one of the keyframe, I'll just move it up. Okay, so when you select all, and if you come any above one of the keyframe and if you move, okay, what will happen means all the keyframe values will be moved. If you don't do that, only this particular keyframe value will be moved. Okay, remember that. So now I'll select this one, or the below one. I'll select all this keyframe and I'll press F9 for easy ease. So now what will happen means, if you play this, the difference is clear, right? So if you want to know more difference, I'll select this and I'll change the color of this, just slight dark red. Now you can see. So in the beginning I'm going to tell you that this dark red, it doesn't have easy ease, and the light red or the pinkish color, it is having easy ease. So now you just watch the difference, right? There's a smooth animation, right? I'll just play it once again. I'll press N to trim the render comp. See, there's a quite nice animation, and there's a smooth also in the where the keyframes are in easy ease, right? So I'll just delete this, I don't want this anymore. So on this, now what I'll do is this. So I hope you guys understood how does keyframe works, right? So now I'll just select these two keyframes. Okay, now how to go inside the graph editor. So we just need to click on this graph editor. Okay, that's it. So once you come here, you'll see something like something like graph, okay, which is having y-axis and x-axis. All right, so now I'll just right click over here. Sometimes by default you will see an edit value graph, it will looks like this, okay, or you will just see S curves, right? So what I'll do means I'll just turn to speed graph because it's easy to understand what is happening. So if you're working in any 3D software, so you will be knowing how does S graph works, right? So if you only works on After Effects or other editing softwares, it's better to go for speed graph. Okay, so now in this, it's simple. This is the beginning of the frame, this is the middle, and this is the end. Means this is the beginning of the animation, that is the first keyframe, and this is the end keyframe. Okay, why I'm saying two graph means you can clearly see this is the beginning, it is the end of the animation, that is from year to year there's an animation, that is end. Again from year to year there's one more animation, that is if I'll just come out of the graph, you can see here this is the beginning of the keyframe and there's one more keyframe over in the middle and there's an end keyframe. Okay, this is the middle keyframe, or you can take the another end keyframe where the animation is moving to here, it is ending over here, right? After this ending, again it's beginning from year to year, so this will be again a beginning keyframe and it is going to be an end keyframe. Okay, so now I'll select this, I'll go to the graph. Okay, so now in this is the beginning, this is the end, again it will be become a beginning and this will become end. Okay, so in this is a middle, this is the middle. Okay, try to understand, beginning and end, this is the middle of the animation. So you can clearly see beginning and the end and this is the middle, right? So what is in the graph you need to understand is it's simple, easy. In the from the beginning to end, the graph looks like kind of simple mountain kind of thing or a simple curve, right? It looks like a simple curve from bottom up and down, right? Now you can select like this, these are the keyframes and these are the handles, keyframes handles. Okay, so what will happen means if I'll select the beginning keyframe, this one, and I'll move the handle towards the right side, I'll just move it like this. Okay, so now you see what is happening, it was like this, right? It was like this curve, but now there's a slope here in the curve, there's a slope and the middle has been moved to here. It was here, right? The middle was here, now it is moved to here because of this big slope, and from here to here there is a small slope, right? That means from here to the middle of the animation length has been increased. Okay, from here to here it is just from end middle to the end, the animation has been the speed of the animation has been decreased. Means what I'm going to tell you is that from the beginning to the middle of the animation speed of the animation has decreased. Okay, from middle to the end the speed of the animation has been increased. Okay, so I'll just show you, I'll just play this. Okay, so better that I'll just duplicate this. Okay, press U, I'll just select this keyframe, so I'll just reset this. Okay, fine, so I have reset this animation. I'll just come back, I'll select all this keyframe, I'll just move this. Okay, so in this graph, in this shape of this graph, I have changed the curve. Now I'll just play this, so you can see there's a difference in the animation, right? From the beginning and the end keyframe are in the same time, but the speed of the animation is changing. See, you can see here, see in the top one it is having a simple curve, so it is the movement of the animation, the speed of the animation is fast, but here what is happening, there's a curve, right? There's a curve, when there's a curve the speed is decreasing, see, till the middle, but from the middle to the end it is fast. Okay, so you can see when the animation begins this shape moves faster but this shape moves slower, right? But from the middle to the end of the animation where the end keyframe is, it will join at the same time of this shape get ended. So you can see, right? But on the return the curve is very simple, so it goes with the same time, means the speed is same at the last, but from the beginning to the middle till here the speed of the animation is slow of this shape, but this shape is fast, but when it reaches to the end it will reach at the same time of this one. Okay, now from here to back the speed is same because the graph is same. Okay, for both of this, right? Now I'll just select this and I'll move this one. Okay, now what will happen, the speed is more but the end it is slow. Now I'll just move this. So what is happening now, in the return this is moving fast, right? But when it reaches to the end, this will become faster, this will become slow. See, now I'll just play this. So this is how you can work with the graph editor as well as the keyframes. In the next video I'll show some more examples how to work with the graph editor as well as the keyframes, okay, with the other different shapes. Thank you.